Deni Avdija was supposed to be just another solid pick. Yo, Biles, right? A cool little forward who could pass a bit, defend a bit, maybe hit a corner three if the moon was in the right phase. But somewhere between Washington giving up on him and Portland throwing him the keys, this dude quietly leveled up into a full-blown matchup nightmare. And the wildest part, nobody in the league was ready for it. While everyone was too busy debating superstar drama and pretending to understand advanced stats, Deni was out here reinventing his whole game. Stronger, quicker, sharper, like he hit a secret player progression menu the rest of the NBA didn't know existed. Now he's walking into arenas dropping near triple doubles and making teams look goofy for ever sleeping on him. It's like the league still thinks he's the same role player from a couple years ago. And he's out here playing like a guy who finally realized he can take over whenever he wants. The NBA thought they had him figured out. Nah, bro, they barely even started the tutorial. The turning point wasn't some dramatic viral moment or a 40-point explosion. It was subtle, almost sneaky, like Deni decided overnight he was done playing by everybody else's expectations. Portland didn't just trade for him, they unlocked him. They handed him real touches, real responsibility, and suddenly he stopped looking like a nice rotation piece and started looking like a dude who can bend a defense without even scoring. You watch him now, and it's like he finally stepped into who he was supposed to be this whole time. A 6'9" playmaker who reads the floor like he's playing in fast forward while everyone else is buffering. And teams still don't know what to do with that. Put a small defender on him, he bulldozes him. Throw a big at him, he blows by like it's cardio warm-ups. Switch everything? Cool, he's finding the weak link in 2 seconds flat. Coaches keep acting like they're gonna scheme him out the game, then leave the arena wondering why their game plan lasted exactly 3 possessions. The craziest part? He's not even playing with superstar ego energy. He just makes the right play every time. Drive, kick, post, spray, screen, relocate. And somehow, that's more terrifying than a guy hunting 30 shots. Because you can't trap a connector. You can't take away someone whose whole bag is adaptability. And the league's finally realizing that a player who can do everything at a B+ level is way scarier than someone who does one thing at an A+. It's like watching the rise of a basketball problem nobody prepared for. And every night, Deni's out here rewriting scouting reports in real time. And here's the part that's low-key hilarious. The numbers finally caught up to the eye test, and they're basically screaming, hey, y'all might want to pay attention to this dude. Every advanced metric that front offices pretend they understand is suddenly pointing big neon arrows at Deni like he's the cheat code they forgot to download. Impact numbers up, efficiency up, on-off splits looking like he's duct taping the whole team together. And he's doing it without hijacking possessions or spamming stepbacks like a wannabe superstar. It's all control, poise, and that weirdly calm basketball IQ that makes announcers start stuttering mid-sentence. Defenders rotate late because they don't expect him to drive. Then they collapse too hard because they don't expect him to pass. Then they freeze because they don't expect him to finish through contact. Bro turns entire defenses into buffering screens. And when Portland leans on him in tight fourth-quarter stretches, he's not shying away or making young player mistakes. He's dissecting coverages like he's got the answer key. The wild thing is, he doesn't even need a system built around him. Give him space, give him rhythm, give him teammates who don't act allergic to ball movement, and suddenly, he's the one dictating tempo, like a point forward who's been doing this for a decade. The league keeps waiting for the regression, but every game he looks more polished, more confident, more in his bag, and you can almost feel the panic from coaches who thought they could ignore him. Spoiler, they can't. Deni Avdija isn't just heating up. He's on a whole different level this season, and the numbers don't lie. He's averaging around 25.8 points, 7.1 rebounds, and 6.1 assists per game. Career highs across the board, pushing him into that elite company convo. His scoring streak? Wild, 5 straight games of 25+ points. The longest run a Blazers player has had since the Lillard era. On any given night, he'll drop a 30-piece or straight up terrorize a defense with a triple-double. 32, 11, 11, 36, 8, 7, even a 31, 19, 10 masterclass recently. All screaming, y'all see him now. But it's not just the volume, it's the versatility. He finishes inside, knocks down threes, creates for teammates, draws fouls, rebounds like a menace. Basically, whatever the moment needs, he supplies. Defense, pace, transition, half-court sets. He's impacting every layer of the game. Advanced metrics are glowing every time he's on the floor. And even rival stars have started giving that, okay, yeah, this dude's legit nod. What makes it even crazier is how quietly this rise started. Portland isn't exactly the league's media magnet, so he was cooking in the shadows for a minute. But now, the stats are too loud, the impact too obvious, and the improvement too dramatic to ignore. This isn't a hot streak anymore. This is a full-blown evolution. Ignore it now, and you're gonna miss one of the league's next real problems. What's really tripping everybody out is how Deni's game suddenly leveled up in ways nobody predicted this fast. Dude used to be labeled a connector, the glue guy, the dude who makes the extra pass and plays smart, not the one who straight up hijacks games. But now, he's putting defenders in the blender like it's personal. You can see the confidence leaking out of him every possession. He's calling for mismatches, walking guys down into the post, using that big frame to body them, then hitting them with these smooth, almost Luka-like slow motion counters. And teams keep trying the same thing. Oh, we'll just force him right, or we'll go under screens. And Deni's like, bet, and rips them up anyway. He's reading the floor better too, making passes from angles he didn't even attempt before. And Portland is low-key reshaping their whole offense around him because when he touches the ball, good stuff happens. His teammates are feeding off the energy, the arena's louder, and even the coaching staff is letting him cook in crunch time, something he never really got in Washington. And you can feel it, bro. This isn't luck. This is a guy who figured something out, mentally, physically, skill-wise, and now the league is playing catch-up. Portland was supposed to be in rebuilding purgatory, but Deni's breakout flipped their entire timeline upside down. Suddenly, they've got a franchise-level engine, and the rest of the NBA is scrambling, trying to figure out how the hell this happened. Deni's offensive game has exploded this season in ways that make defenses look confused before the first whistle even blows. He's added step-back threes that hit nothing but net, floaters over 7-footers, and mid-range pull-ups that somehow make him look casual while defenders flail. It's not just volume. It's timing, spacing, and anticipation. Every possession feels like he's playing chess while the opposition is stuck in checkers mode. He can drive, spin, and finish through contact without breaking rhythm, or kick to a teammate in perfect position. And somehow the sequence feels effortless. Teams try to crowd him, trap him, or force switches, and he exploits the tiniest gaps in a way that leaves opponents looking like amateurs in a highlight reel. And the craziest part? He's doing this consistently, not in spurts. 5 straight games of elite-level scoring, hitting clutch shots when the defense is keyed in, and still finding ways to create open looks for teammates. You watch him now, and it's like Portland finally handed him the keys to a Ferrari and said, drive. Every night, he's rewriting what it means to be a versatile scorer in the modern NBA, and the league still doesn't know how to handle it. On the defensive end, Deni Avdija has become a total nightmare for opponents, the kind of player who forces coaches to rethink matchups every time he steps on the floor. He can switch onto guards, forwards, even some big men without missing a beat, using length, anticipation, and lateral quickness to disrupt passing lanes and shut down scoring threats. But it's more than just individual defense. He reads the floor like a detective, predicting rotations, tipping passes, and generating steals that ignite fast breaks. Opposing players get trapped between respecting his defensive pressure and trying to maintain spacing, and almost every time, Deni comes out ahead. Whether it's a contested shot, a forced turnover, or a subtle box out that nobody notices but completely changes the possession. Portland's transition game has benefited massively because of this, and every advanced stat screams the same thing. When Deni is on the floor, the team is better at both ends, even if casual viewers aren't seeing every little detail. The league keeps trying to find ways to exploit him, but his combination of IQ, skill, and versatility has created a problem no one really knows how to solve. He's a Swiss Army knife in a league built for specialists, and it's wreaking havoc night after night. When you dive into the metrics, Deni Avdija's impact jumps off the page in ways that make it impossible to ignore. His net rating is consistently among the team's best. On-off splits show the Blazers are significantly better with him on the floor, and his clutch numbers prove he can carry pressure moments without forcing plays. Every advanced stat that usually gets buried in spreadsheets suddenly tells a story. He's not just scoring, he's orchestrating, defending, and making the team more efficient across the board. You see a guy putting up points and assists? Sure, but the real magic is in how he changes every possession subtly yet profoundly. The passes before the assist, the screens that free teammates, the rotations that prevent easy baskets, all those invisible contributions stack up to swing games. And here's the kicker. He's doing it while maintaining one of the lowest turnover rates for someone handling that kind of usage. proving he's not just high activity, he's smart, controlled, and elite in execution. The numbers don't lie, but most people are too busy counting points and flashy plays to notice. And that's why the NBA still has no real answer for him. Beyond stats and highlights, Deni Avdija's leadership is quietly redefining what it means to run a team. He doesn't need the spotlight or to dominate the narrative. Instead, he elevates everyone around him, communicating on the floor, making the right reads, and creating trust between teammates that turns good possessions into great ones. Young players feed off his energy, veterans respect his IQ, and coaches can rely on him to execute complex concepts without hesitation. Unlike many stars who demand the ball, Deni's approach is subtle but deadly. He makes the players next to him better, anticipates movements before anyone else, and creates space without even dribbling half the time. It's the kind of leadership that wins games in ways you can't always see on highlight reels, and it frustrates other teams because they know he's quietly controlling the flow without needing to hog attention. Portland finally has a player who can lead with intellect, versatility, and calm authority, and that combination makes him nearly impossible to scheme against, forcing opponents to rethink how they match up, rotate, and even talk to their players mid-game. Deni's mental growth and European basketball roots are a huge part of why he's so advanced at just 24. Growing up in Israel, he was taught to read defenses like open books, value the extra pass over the highlight dunk, and anticipate plays several steps ahead. A stark contrast to the American AAU and college system that often rewards one-dimensional scoring. That early exposure to chess-like decision-making gives him a unique perspective on spacing, timing, and teamwork, making him almost impossible to defend in half-court sets because he knows where everyone will be before they do. The result? He's not just reacting to the game, he's shaping it, predicting opponent movements, and adjusting on the fly, all while maintaining balance, poise, and efficiency. This mental edge is why he can handle multiple positions, make the right reads under pressure, and remain consistent night after night, a skill set most NBA players haven't mastered even in their late 20s. And now that he's in Portland with the freedom to execute, that European basketball IQ is finally shining on a big stage, forcing the league to reckon with a player who blends old-school fundamentals with modern versatility in ways no one expected. Portland's approach to Deni Avdija has been a revelation, showing what happens when a team actually builds around a player instead of trying to force him into a box. They design systems to maximize his strengths, giving him freedom to make reads, control tempo, and decide when to attack or distribute, while surrounding him with teammates who complement rather than compete with him. Instead of sticking him in a fixed role, they let him dictate pace, shift between positions, and exploit mismatches, essentially turning him into a point-forward nightmare for opponents. The rest of the league underestimated the trade that brought him to Portland, thinking they were just getting a role player, but the Blazers recognized a cornerstone and let him become one. Every possession with Deni at the helm is dangerous. Pick and rolls, handoffs, off-ball movement. The offense flows through him naturally, and defenders are constantly on their heels. Portland finally unlocked what Washington never could, letting his versatility breathe, and the results speak for themselves. Wins, advanced metrics, and game-altering moments every night. Now the league faces a real dilemma. How do you stop a player like Deni Avdija? He's not just versatile, he's unpredictable, blending scoring, passing, and defense seamlessly. And he thrives when given freedom. Other teams try to exploit weaknesses, but there aren't many. He reads rotations, anticipates traps, and punishes mistakes instantly. The NBA has built systems around specialists, but Deni doesn't fit any mold. He forces coaches to invent new defensive schemes on the fly and leaves opponents scrambling to adjust. Every time a highlight star tries to carry a team, Deni's presence negates their impact subtly, whether by cutting off angles, forcing turnovers, or creating open looks for teammates in the half second before anyone notices. He's reshaping Portland's offense and the league's expectations for what a high-level, multi-dimensional player can do. And the scary truth for competitors is that he's still young. This is just the beginning of a career that could rewrite how versatility, IQ, and adaptability are valued in the NBA.